Which programming language should you learn in 2025? It's a very simple question, but the answer, not so simple. Choosing a programming language is less about what's popular and more about what's right for you. See, every language solves a different kind of problem. So before you start Googling top programming languages, take a moment and ask yourself, what do you actually want to build? Because your goal, that's what should guide your choice. In this video, we will not just list the top programming languages, rather we'll match them to real world goals. So without wasting any time, let's dive right in. Let's say you want to build a website like Amazon, Instagram, or even a simple portfolio site. To begin, you'll need HTML to create the structure and CSS to style the content. But modern websites are more than just static pages. They need to load fast, rank well on Google, and handle dynamic features like user logins or product searches. That's where JavaScript comes in. It's the language that runs in every browser, works across all devices, and powers most of the modern web. It also lets you use tools like React, Next.js, or Vue. These frameworks help build complex websites faster and more efficiently. And once you're comfortable with JavaScript, you can even move on to TypeScript, which is a much more cleaner and structured version of JavaScript. And as you can see, according to the TireB index, JavaScript ranks on 6. Then there's mobile applications like WhatsApp or Uber. For developing these, you have two options, native apps or cross-platform apps. If you choose the native route, you'll use languages like Java or Kotlin to build for Android and Xcode for iOS. And if you look at the chart, Java ranks on 4. However, building separate apps for Android and iOS can be time consuming. That's why many developers prefer using Dart, which is a language created by Google, or JavaScript, and they work both on Android and iOS. Dart is compatible with cross-platform framework like Flutter. JavaScript, on the other hand, uses React Native. They both let you build once and deploy everywhere. So if your goal is to create one app that works on both platforms, learning Dart or JavaScript is a great place to start. Next, we'll talk about AI and data science. Tools like ChatGPT, Spotify recommendations, or Netflix movie recommendations. These all run on artificial intelligence. To work in this field, you need to learn a single language, which is Python. Python is beginner friendly, super flexible, and has powerful libraries for data analysis, machine learning, and automation. All the frameworks you need to work with are also supported by Python like TensorFlow, PyTorch, or Scikit-learn. Then we have game development. To build games like Call of Duty or Subway Surfers, developers usually rely on languages like C Sharp or C++. They rank on 5th and 2nd positions respectively. These languages are then used for engines like Unity or Unreal Engine. These platforms handle all the heavy lifting like physics, graphics, and input control, so you can focus on gameplay and design. Unity uses C Sharp as its main language, which is beginner friendly and widely used in the gaming industry. Unreal Engine, on the other hand, uses C++, which offers high performance and control, especially for 3D and console games. If you're just starting out, Unity and C Sharp are a great combo to begin your journey into game development. Next is AR, augmented reality, or VR, virtual reality development. This includes creating immersive virtual experiences like Pokemon Go or a virtual reality game for a VR headset like Oculus. To develop AR or VR applications, again C++ or C Sharp is used just like in game development. So basically you will be using game engines like Unity or Unreal Engine again. Next, let's talk about blockchain, which is a fast-growing domain behind cryptocurrencies, NFTs, and decentralized applications. If you've ever heard of Ethereum, Bitcoin, or Web3, you're already familiar with blockchain's influence. In this space, developers build smart contracts or programs that run on blockchain platforms using languages like Solidity, JavaScript, Java, and Go. Go is also a popular language ranking on 7th. For Ethereum, the main language is Solidity. Other blockchain platforms like Solana or Polkadot might use Rust or Go. Developers also work with tools like Truffle, Hardhat, and MetaMask to test, deploy, and interact with their smart contracts. Moving on, we have backend systems. This is all about the tech behind platforms like YouTube, online banking systems, or massive e-commerce stores. All the logic, data handling, and security behind these apps live in the backend. Developers use backend frameworks like Spring Boot with Java, .NET with C Sharp, or Node.js with JavaScript. These tools help build APIs, manage user data, and handle millions of requests. And of course, databases are a huge part of the backend. That's where SQL comes in and it's used everywhere to store, retrieve, and manage data efficiently. Now let's talk about cloud. Today, most apps don't just run on a single computer or server, they run on the cloud. Platforms like AWS, Google Cloud, or Microsoft Azure help developers deploy, scale, and manage their apps globally. For modern cloud native development, the most in demand languages are Java, JavaScript, and Go or Golang. It's fast, simple, and great for building microservices, small independent pieces of code that can scale on demand. Next, let's talk about embedded systems and operating systems. Technologies like smartwatches, home automation systems, and even self driving cars. These systems interact directly with hardware and need to be extremely efficient and reliable. To work in this domain, you'll use languages like C and C++, which give you full control over memory and performance. And if you're looking for modern safety and performance, Rust is quickly gaining popularity for building secure system level software. And last one on the list is DevOps and infrastructure. Behind every app you see, there's an invisible system that keeps it running smoothly, automating deployments, managing servers, and making sure nothing crashes. This is DevOps. As a DevOps engineer, you'll work with tools like Docker, Kubernetes, Jenkins, and Terraform to build and maintain infrastructure. These tools are written in languages like Go and are controlled through scripts written in Python or Bash. But if you're just starting out, exploring or learning for fun, start with something that helps you build quickly and see results fast. Python is great for beginners, especially if you're curious about AI, automation, or data. JavaScript is your go to for anything web related, and Go is a clean and modern choice for learning scalable software development. And the best part is, once you start building simple projects, you'll naturally discover what you love. And once you know what excites you, choosing the right language and domain becomes easy. One last thing, the best language to learn is the one that helps you finish your first project. Not the one with the highest salary, not the one everyone's tweeting about, but the one that gets you from idea to execution. So that's it from my side. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you and see you in the next one.